Today we are talking the Kirchhoff's laws, and there are two laws Kirchhoff's. The first one is known as Kirchhoff's current law. In short, we can call it KCL. And according to this law, according to Kirchhoff's current law, in a closed circuit, the algebraic sum of all currents meeting at a junction is equal to 0. This is the statement of KCL, and for that we have supposed this is a junction point where the different currents are meeting. Out of them we will suppose sum of the reaching current and sum of leaving current. Suppose there are total 5 current. This is I1, I2, I3, I4 and I5. Out of these 5 current, the I1 and this I4 are the reaching current, and for our convenience we will suppose the reaching current are positive, and I2, I3 and I5 are leaving the junction, therefore they are considered as leaving current, and for our convenience the leaving current are considered as negative. So according to this KCL, the algebraic sum of all currents meeting at the junction is equal to 0. Therefore we can write I1 minus I2 minus I3 plus I4 minus I5 is equal to 0. Here the negative sign is indicating these currents are the leaving the junction, and this I1 and I4 are taken positive because they are considered as reaching current. Then second law is the voltage law, that is known as Kirchhoff's voltage law, and in short we can call it KVL. According to this Kirchhoff's voltage law, in a closed circuit, the algebraic sum of product of current and resistance is equal to the algebraic sum of EMF. For that again we will consider a circuit. In this circuit we are considering 3 resistances, R1, R2 and R3. 2 cells are connected in this circuit. First one is this one and second one is this one. The EMF of the first cell is E1 and that of the second cell is E2. Due to the first cell, the current flowing in the circuit is I1. This I1 is flowing in this direction, and due to the second cell, the current is flowing is I2. This is I2. Up to the point B, this is I1 and this is I2. At point B, this I1 and I2 are added, and then they are I1 plus I2, and they are flowing in this direction. Up to the point E, the current is I1 plus I2, and then again it will be divided. So this is I1 is flowing in this direction and this is I2 is flowing in this direction. Now we are considering 2 loops. First one is this one, that is A, B, E, F, A. In this loop, according to this second law, the algebraic sum of product of current and resistance, so for that we can write I1 R1 plus I1 plus I2 into R2 is equal to E1. And the second we are considering the loop A, B, C, D, E, F, A, means leaving this middle one. So for that we can write the product of current and resistance, that is I1 R1 minus I2 R3 is equal to E1 minus E2. After Kirchhoff's law, the next one is Wheatstone bridge. This is completely based on the Kirchhoff's law, and Wheatstone is the name of the scientist. According to Wheatstone, there are 4 resistances connected in 4 different arms of the quadrilateral, and their value is so adjusted that they are in balanced position. For that, this is a quadrilateral. In this 4 arms there are 4 resistances P, Q, R, S are connected. In one of the diagonal there is a galvanometer connected. Galvanometer is a device which is used to detect the electric current in the circuit. And in the another diagonal there is a cell connected. Through this cell the current flowing in the circuit is I. The EMF of the cell is E. Now this I current is up to the point A, and after that it will be divided. I1, this is I2, this is IG, this is I3 and this is I4. Now we are using the Kirchhoff's laws. First we will use the KCL, and by KCL at junction B you can see there are 3 current at junction B. Out of them, 2 are leaving the junction and 1 is reaching. Therefore, I1 is positive, Ig is negative, and I2 is negative. So, I1 minus Ig minus I2 is equal to 0. But in balanced position, Ig will be equal to 0. So, therefore, I1 minus I2 is equal to 0, and therefore, I1 is equal to I2. This is equation number 1. Similarly, we are taking the junction D. At junction D, I3 and Ig are reaching current and I4 is leaving. Therefore, I4 is negative and these two are positive. So, I3 plus Ig minus I4 is equal to 0. But again, Ig will be equal to 0. So, therefore, I3 minus I4 will be equal to 0. And therefore, I3 will be equal to I4. This is equation number 2. After using KCL, now we are using the KVL, and for KVL we are using the two loops. The first one is ABDA, and in that, according to KVL, the algebraic sum of product of current and resistance is equal to the algebraic sum of EMF. So therefore, I1P plus IgG minus I3R will be equal to 0. But Ig is equal to 0, so therefore I1P minus I3R is equal to 0, and therefore I1P is equal to I3R. Similarly, the second loop is BCDB. In that, I2Q minus I4S minus IgG is equal to 0. Ig is equal to 0, so I2Q minus I4S will be equal to 0, and therefore I2Q is equal to I4S. This is equation number 4. Now the third equation is divided by 4. So we will get I1P upon I2Q is equal to I3R upon I4S. From equation 1 we know I1 is equal to I2 and I3 is equal to I4. Therefore P by Q is equal to R by S. On the basis of Wheatstone bridge, today we will discuss the meter bridge. With the help of this meter bridge, we can find the unknown resistance and specific resistance. For that, we are considering this is the circuit diagram of the meter bridge. This AB is the meter bridge wire whose length is 1 meter, and this is the left gap in the meter bridge in which we are connecting a resistance box. And from this resistance box, we can connect any resistance in the circuit. Therefore, it is known as known resistance. In the right gap of the meter bridge, we are connecting a resistance wire whose resistance is to be determined. Therefore, it is known as unknown resistance. This is a galvanometer that is connected into the circuit for detecting the current. This is the cell and this is the key. With the help of this cell, the current is flowing in the circuit. Now, we will find the balance point on the meter bridge wire. Suppose it is obtained at C, and the length of this balance point from A, that we have supposed L centimeter. Therefore, the length of the meter bridge wire from C to B, that is equal to 100 minus L centimeter, because the total length of meter bridge wire is 1 meter, that is 100 centimeter. Now, for the derivation of the formula, we will suppose the resistance of meter bridge wire per unit length is equal to X. Therefore, resistance of meter bridge wire A to C, that means this one, A to C. The resistance of this wire that we denoted by P, and it will be equal to Lx because the length of the wire from A to C is L. Similarly, the resistance of meter bridge wire from C to B, this is C to B, that is 100 minus L into X. Then by principle of Wheatstone bridge, we know P by Q is equal to R by S. So in place of P we can write L into X, and in place of Q we can write 100 minus L into X is equal to R by S. This X and X cancel, so cross multiplying we will get S is equal to R 100 minus L upon L. Separating this, So we will get S is equal to R 100 by L. This L and L cancel, so it is 1. This is the formula for finding the unknown resistance, that is denoted by S. Now with the help of this we can find the specific resistance. As you know, the specific resistance rho is equal to RA upon L. So in place of R we can write S, because this is the unknown resistance, and in place of A we can write pi R square, that is the area of cross section of the wire. L is the length of the wire.